My feet protested a little bit as I placed them into their shoes. Definitely, as Chase would say, the dogs were barking. I've got 30 miles to cover today, and I've never seen any of it, so all virgin territory. Should be interesting. A little bit nervous, but I'll just get started here, start walking. Everything will warm up, or everything will fall apart, and I'll take an ambulance to the finish line. Last night, as the day was closing, I ended up playing leapfrog with a stranger. We kept passing each other without saying any words. I probably couldn't have said very many anyway because I was so completely cooked. But we've kind of joined forces this morning when we just happened to meet up again on the trail. And I'm glad because filming Jack is a lot better than filming myself. That was an awesome traverse. From where I stayed till right now, we just walked along the hillsides with Mont Blanc to our left, and an awesome view overall. Parted ways with Jack, who, for all you know, is someone who I just recorded without consent, non-consensual recording. And it's just a stranger that I trailed behind and filmed. But he'll probably catch up to me. He's carrying twice as much, but going basically the same speed. This morning, the speed has been very gentlemanlike, and that's fine. I blew myself up yesterday, so I'm fine if I take a little longer to do things today. Got 30 miles to go, and I've done 1/3 of it. This is my second climb of the day, and I only have 3 climbs, so it'll be nice to get this one out of the way. I think it's the longest one of the day. I'm going to slowly creep up it to avoid a complete meltdown due to the sun, which is now close to full strength. I left 3 piles of puke way back there at the furthest most pass that you can see. Probably a delicious treat for some birds, but I'm about to leave this beautiful, beautiful valley and move on over to something that probably will look a lot similar. Like a 3,000-foot climb, maybe more. 90 to descend, run a river valley, and then do about 1,500 feet of climbing. Then I'll be at my place for the night. And while that might sound on paper like it should be pretty quick and easy. I am going so slow. As I said earlier, this is a gentleman's pace. Well, I made it into the next valley, and as you can tell, just as ugly as the last one. I'm now in Switzerland after just passing through Italy. And it looks like the Swiss might keep some of their buildings open a little longer. Fingers crossed I can get a Coke and a Fanta here in about 30 minutes. Got a little Alta Via action going on here with these chains, but nothing like grabbing some chain in the middle of a run to make things feel next level. Well, I can see where my hotel is from here, and it's actually a place I've been to before. It's called Champex, which is exactly how I pronounced it 4 years ago when I went through there for the Haute route. And looks like there's some climbing involved to get up there, as I knew there would be. But it's kind of cool how it's perched up on the cliff. Anyway, I've got about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with I don't know, 2,000 foot climb before I get up to there to Loch Champex, where my hotel is for the night. Like I said, Champex. Day 2 has come to, or almost come to an end. My hotel is just right up here next to the lake. 30 miles, maybe 31. So, no small thing, but definitely no foot breaker like yesterday. We'll say things change when you get to Switzerland. The number of water fountains increased by like 10-fold. The restaurants were open. Some stores were open in tiny little village towns. Makes a difference for morale. Tomorrow should be very similar to today. I keep going back and forth in my mind how early I want to start. I might start early. I might start late. I think I'm going to let my stomach decide. Last day of the TMB, and I've started it off right with the crushed remnants of a Doritos bag, and that should be enough to power me through for at least 10 miles. I'm hoping that there's a store or some kind of shop that pops up quickly along the route. And good news about the route, it is not the same as the hot route, which has this miserable climb almost right out of here, if we were going that direction. This one goes around that climb. So that's some good news for me early on in the day. Today should be slightly shorter than yesterday by a mile or two and have a little less climbing. So technically easiest day of the 3. There is one nasty looking climb on the map. I'm all packed up. It's 6:30, slept in, gave myself a little treat. But I'm going to be missing my complimentary breakfast, which is a shame because I really would like to eat it. Because I have to get going. I have to be in Chamonix by a specific time. It looks like even the church has gotten into the Barbie fad. That pink church. Or maybe it's the church of the patron saint Barbara, but it's pink. And actually it's been pink for years, so it's not a Barbie thing. Sorry. I've been here before. This place is pronounced in loud American as Triant, and you come through here for the hot route, and instead of doing what I just did, when you do the hot route, you go up towards the glacier with the same name. Quaint little village, as all Swiss villages are. Got a beast of a climb ahead of me, and then a descent into Chamonix Valley, and then another climb. But I'm progressing quickly, and I think I will be done before dinner. So yummy. According to my map software, that is the most difficult climb of the route. And my legs can now confirm that that is true. It is steep and relentless. I'm almost done with my second climb of the day. Just one more to go right before Chamonix, and a long rolling descent down to that climb. Also, in contrary to Alp law, there were no benches on that ascent or water troughs. That's so unlike the people of the Alps not to at least have one of those things on a trail that steep. I think I've reached the ho-hum part of the trail. I'm about 8 miles away from the finish line, and I've come down off the mountains, and it's a little bit of an incline, so I have to walk. I can't run it. It's just not as exciting down here as it is up there. I can see Mont Blanc off in the distance, and that's giving me hope. But what would really give me hope is a sandwich and a drink. That would do a lot to cheer me up. Last climb of the day. And then I run on this shelf above the valley, then a steep knee-breaking descent down into town. My toes feel like scorched hamburger meat. That's it, all wrapped up with a nice tidy bow on top. That's a TMB, the Tour of Mont Blanc, 107 miles with 34,000 feet of climbing. And as much as I complained about that last climb, the 6 miles after it were some of the most spectacular miles of the whole trip. So it's there for a reason. Even though in your heart you will want to bypass it, you mustn't. Wish that it had worked out the way it did in my mind, where I did about 35 miles a day. That first day at 53 miles with 15,000 feet of climbing, that was a rough way to start a multi-day trip. But I felt tough doing it, at least when it was done. When I was at mile 50, I thought I might die. You know, I've done the hot route, the TMB, and now the Altavia 2, and they're all so awesome. If you were trying to pick just one, I'd probably say the Altavia 2 is the most bang for your buck, but all three of them are great in their own way. And even the TMB and the hot route don't really overlap at all. So I was worried about that today. I thought a third of today would be me on trails that I've already been on. But now I'm back in Chamonix, and I'm probably going to go out on the town and then sleep for 12 hours.